So the other day I started up an idea for a Christmas game, and it wasn't much, the video that I put out. I was basically just showing off some of the concept art I came up with. But today I actually decided to go in and do some modeling. The character you're going to be seeing is the elf named Chestnut that I mentioned the other day. Basically, I was blocking out pieces to try to figure out how exactly he would look in 3D space, because it's one thing to make a nice looking 2D version of a character you want to see, but converting it to 3D is a challenge all in itself. I had to decide if I wanted the proportions to look as cartoonish as they did in the image, and you're probably going to see at the very end that I think it fit about as much as I wanted it to. But at the same time, there's still a bit of a difference. Maybe because of the ambient occlusion that I have applied onto it. But you guys will go ahead and see that later on. So a lot of people say that I shouldn't really sculpt in Blender. And Blender should maybe be used as just a modeling program. But the fact that I've been using it for the past decade or so may make me a little bit biased. You can see here that I eventually switched up to ZBrush because I wanted to use Dynamesh and make sure that I can get all the details in early. But any other time I would definitely stick to Blender just to get a good shape in there. My issue with ZBrush is when I first started using it, I didn't know that as soon as you go out of edit mode, or draw mode I mean, the model becomes pasted into the program like an image, and you're completely unable to edit it. And that really got to me the first time I tried it, so ever since then I've been really tight on using Blender just to get the sculpted pieces in, because unless you're using subtools in ZBrush, you're gonna end up messing up something if you're a beginner. But yeah, this is just the sculpting process, and a nice little close-up of the backside of Chestnut here. Had to make him a little thick for Santa's workshop. But yeah, you can also see that the creases I was trying to make for folds in the clothes, I didn't know exactly how to execute that properly. And given he's gonna have some weaving in his outfit later on, kinda made me weary to do that in the first place. Now we're back at retopology, or going into retopology, which is always it's not my favorite thing to do, especially since ZBrush has Z-Remesher, but for models like this, I like to actually manually do the retopology. There's also a tool that Blender has that you can I think it's called RetopFlow or something like that, where you can retopologize very quickly. And I use that a lot during the making of this model. And see, I'm trying to use as little geometry as possible here, because it's eventually all gonna bake out into a normal map and look as it should. Tried to get some nice retopology where the eyes and the mouth would be, because I plan to eventually split those lines from the mouth and open it up so there can be some mouth animations. I don't know how intense it's gonna be with the mouth animations, but I do know that I want to feature that. And here you can finally see what I finished up with. There's no actual colored textures in yet or additional normal map details, but that is going to be coming after I finish up the engine that I'm going to start on tomorrow. I meant to post a video earlier today, but I was working on some client stuff. So that's probably going to be the only thing that holds me up from keeping these videos coming out exactly when they should. But that sums up the modeling process of Little Chestnut here. For the next video, you're probably going to see some gameplay. So if you're not already pledged to my Patreon, you should go ahead and do that because I post content earlier there. And that is going to be it.